way to Brown County, Indiana, and mostly to find some, hopefully, to see some turned trees, because around here everything's still pretty green. See what I'm saying? So we did something that we don't normally do. We usually come up to Brown County and go to all the shops and the restaurants and things like that, but we decided to come and take a ride into the state park, and boy are we glad that we did. This is the view from just one of the outlooks they have. We've been to a lot of state parks. This is an absolutely gorgeous state park. Not only is it beautiful and has these amazing scenic lookouts, but there's fishing. There's 2 lakes for fishing. There are saddle barns, so you can go horseback riding. There's a little country store that's adorable. The campgrounds are gorgeous. There are over 220 some odd.
400.
400?
Yeah.
400 campsites. So I thought I heard him say 200, but no, over 400. It's absolutely huge. So pretty. We are definitely coming back to go camping because this is just spectacular. And then it's literally 5 minutes away from downtown Brown County, which is, if you've ever watched The Middle, it's one of Frankie Heck's favorite places to go, but it's one of ours too. So it's amazing. It's absolutely gorgeous. So this would be beautiful in the summertime, in the springtime, and absolutely in the fall, because these views are just amazing. So we're going into the lodge, but this is the outside of it. It's beautiful. So pretty. So a little change of plans. We went to the lodge, but they serve lunch until 2 o'clock, but they serve dinner from 5 to 9. So we're gonna probably go back there for dinner. And we just came into Brown County, which is the whole point we came here anyway, but we came in to the shops and we're stopping to get a slice of pizza first on the way, because this is the very first place we ever ate in Brown County. There is the pizza. Sorry, garlic rolls. There's David's pizza, and there's our salad. It's our snack. And this is why we love coming to Nashville, Brown County, because it's just very cool. And then there's all the little shops. day. So that was extremely successful day and a lot of fun in Brown County. But the one thing to keep in mind if you come up here is that everything closes at 5 o'clock. During the week, on the weekends, some stores stay open till 6, but the majority begin to close at 5 o'clock. So just make sure that you take that into account. Looks spooky. So Brown County wrap up. It was a great day. We went back to the lodge to have dinner. I will say the buffet is not as good as Spring Mill and nor as good as Barren River, but those are the two best. So that's the standard I hold them to. There's people behind us. That's funny. Anyway, but we are headed back to Louisville now. So that's it. Awesome day. See you guys tomorrow. Great new day. So yesterday I did a ton of yard work, and I'm getting terrible at doing before and afters because I didn't do the before of what this looked like. I mean, I'm sure you could go back and check out some of the other vlogs so you could kind of see what it was, but basically here's what I did. Cleaned up this whole area. Now these are their table and chairs. We're going to fix them up, and they're going to be painted black and red, so they'll be super nice. And then down here, this entire row is full of humongous cannas. So I cut that all back. I cut this tree back, and then just picked up sticks, and yeah. So yard is looking pretty decent right now. The problem with living in a place like Audubon Park is that Audubon denotes birds, trees. Yeah, we have a load of trees. Unfortunately, they're still not turned. They're much better than they were, but they're not still quite as turned as you would hope at this time of autumn. We also apparently are expecting some pretty severe storms tomorrow, so the entire state has changed their trick-or-treating from Halloween tomorrow to today. So David had to go do a job down in Bardstown, and so I am getting our lunch / supper ready. So we'll be eating early because he's got wrestling, and then I'll have trick-or-treaters later. So that's what I'm doing. Actually making this really good pork chop recipe. So I'm marinating which does not look appetizing, but this is marinating in apple juice or apple cider and bourbon. And I'm gonna grill them. On the other hand, when you need a good fire, it's great to live around a lot of trees. Here's our grill going. Just waiting for it to die down a little. I'm gonna throw the pork chops on. So this is actually a recipe that I found on Pinterest. It's like creamy pork chops with apple cinnamon pork chops. So it looked really good, but what I did was I grilled my pork chops first, and then I've just added them back into my cast iron. The apple cider and chicken bouillon and sage, and so I'm just letting them kind of cook in there. Meantime, I've got my acorn squash cooking, and I'm gonna make those delicious as well. Now those have been roasting at about 350 for a while, about 45 minutes maybe. I'm just gonna flip them over, add in some butter, maple syrup, and brown sugar, and they'll be ready to go whenever I get the call that David's on his way home. My acorn squash with butter, brown sugar, and maple syrup, and there are my pork chops. So these have sauteed onions and apples, and then you're supposed to put cinnamon in it, but instead with the cream base, which this is just some Alfredo I had left over. It calls for heavy cream, but I'm like, same thing. I actually just added some nutmeg because I think nutmeg goes a little bit better than cinnamon. Cinnamon's just a super powerful whatever, and nutmeg just gives it that little bit of, what's that? Now that's just, the cream mixture is added to it, and I'm just gonna let them bake off until David gets home. And I've just got some veggies that I'm gonna saute up with a little onions and garlic, and that will be our lunch, supper, dinner, whatever. All right guys, so ready for trick-or-treaters to come knocking at the door. I actually have a little place set up outside, but just wanted to say, I hope you guys have a great week. We will see you tomorrow. Thanks for subscribing, and remember, it is all part of the plan. Night. Happy Halloween.